We must be now, and that takes its time.
Take down that green. Just let me know if you wanna go to that home.
We got a lot of nice girls.
I hear fine almost in the night. Pretend to get yourself in. Almost every night. I might be mistaken. Welcome, folks. This is J. Cope Straight back for another vid. Today's probably the first and only time I've taken notes on a video. This, a lot of guys do these how-to vids, how to pack a can, how to start dipping, how to throw a lip. So I thought I'd throw a little mix on it, and I know how to pack a lip, I know how to pack a can and all that shit. This is my how not to quote, how not to pack a lip, don't be that guy, unquote. So let's get started. These are my 10 rules of dipping. You can do them different if you already know how, if you're an expert. I'm not gonna fucking argue about it. These are just my suggestions on what to do. Here, let's fucking change that, alright? All the fuck right? My suggested 10 rules of dipping. One, choose your dip. Play some music first. You can't dip without music. Now, my suggestion to you is to start with something. Well, firstly, when I first started dipping, I was trying all kinds of stuff. I tried Grizzly, Grizz Green, Grizz Wintergreen, Grizz Straight, Grizz 1900, Skull Wintergreen, Skull Straight, Skull Mint, Grizz Mint, Kodiak Wintergreen, Cope Straight, what else? Skull Peach, Skull Apple, Skull Cherry, Skull Rich, Skull Crisp, Skull Original Fine Cut, Grizz Natural. But I'd suggest to you that you pick something. Just keep, when you're first starting, I like to start out easy. I like to start with something like mint. I don't have any Skull Peach or any of that shit because I don't like fruity flavors. All the fruity flavors taste the same to me, and they all taste like ass. I suggest you get like some Grizz Mint. This is probably the stronger mint out there. Get like Grizz Mint, Skull Mint. I'm not too big on mint, particularly because to me it kind of tastes like a big mouthful of dental floss. And being that I hate going to the dentist, I don't want to have that feeling in my mouth all the time. That's a good one I tell people to try out. I don't care for it too much, I wouldn't suggest, remember, these are my suggestions, so I wouldn't suggest you start out with something like fucking Cope Snuff, Chrome Dome, Silver Top, whatever. I call it all kinds of shit. So I mostly call it Silver Top. That's how we know it by. And I wouldn't suggest you start out with like Cope Long Cut, Original, Cope Ridge, Cope LC. If you're not big on the tobacco taste until you get up and running more. So yeah, I mean Skull Peach, even like Cope Straight's a good one. This is Southern Blend. I wouldn't recommend that for starters. Straight's not too bad. It's pretty sweet. A lot of people think all the straights are the same kind of. I mean, if you've been dipping for a while, you can tell. Cope Straight, in my opinion, well, what I think about it is, it's the best shit ever. But that's what I think, okay? So that doesn't mean anyone else does. If you see my last vid, I mean, if you saw my last vid, you'll get what I'm talking about. And I mean, just because I think this is the best doesn't mean someone else is gonna think this is the best. This is my best. This is my favorite. Let's put it that way. This is my favorite. A lot of people think this tastes the same as this. Depends on the person. This, like Mud Jug 1, like old Darcy said, this tastes plasticky. When you first get it, it tastes, to me it tastes like it's not as moist as this. I like a moist dip, like pretty moist. That's why I like Copenhagen a lot. I think it's really moist. I'm not too big on Grizz because from what I hear, I'm not completely sure if it's true or not, that they put fiberglass in it. I'd prefer not to fuck up my mouth extremely and fuck it up somewhat with this. Plus, I think this is a higher quality than Grizz, just because of this Copenhagen. This is your Southern Blend, the elusive dip. Lots of it out here in Texas, actually. I've gone through quite a bit of this. This is supposed to be like a mix between Long Cut LC and Straight. So think this plus this equals this. Makes sense, doesn't it? Doesn't make sense just to get those two, but it's cheaper just to get this. I don't even know. So, as rule 1, my suggestion, that's suggestion 1. Check that off the list. 2, crack the can. Actually, let's change 6 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Alright, so 2. Find your spitter. Now, I mean, if you're me, who just joined the Mud Jug Army last week, I have another one coming my way actually. I have this. This is, if you haven't seen Mud Jug's videos, I'm gonna figure out how to post a link down below on the bottom. I'll do that thing everyone else does down the bottom. But I mean, these don't spill, folks. Oh shit. Well, I guess particularly when it's not full. I'll be right back. Let's see if it does that again. Yeah, it didn't spill, it was just the spit that I'd spit in there. Yeah, see, so it doesn't spill. I mean, it's gonna spill if you just spit in it like I did. You know, dumbass of the day here. But, I mean, you can drop it It's not gonna spill. I mean, it'll get some bubbles in it like that. I mean, like I said, I'll post that link up there. It's self-balancing. They have badass colors like this. I'm trying to get them to see if they can make a baseball one, because I think that would be a hit. But if you're a beginner and you're just trying it, I mean, find yourself a fucking Coke bottle. But don't keep using these. If you're going to go full blown out dipping like the rest of us DBH brothers and who else knows out there, get one of, just start out with one of these. I mean, or get a mud jug. You can sell it to somebody who you know who dips. Or, you know, I know a lot of people that just use cups, but I wouldn't recommend if you're going driving or if you're going walking around. I wouldn't use one of these. 'Cause, I mean, say you're driving and here's your dashboard, or you have it in your lap. Oh, spill shit everywhere. No. Or you can use a can. I used to use these before I got my mud jug. I mean, you can spit into it like that, or you can just push it down. I'm not gonna do that because I prefer to not have my thumb fucked up because I've been practicing guitar lately. So I'm just gonna use the Leatherman. And I mostly used the Leatherman when I was doing this. Like I said, I prefer to not have big ass cuts and shit on my hand. I mean, I'm not gonna bitch about it, but most people I know who don't have mud jugs just use bottles or big McDonald's cups. I mean, the mud jug, people aren't gonna say shit if you're spitting it. I mean, they're gonna still say shit about you dipping, but this looks a hell of a lot cooler than spitting into a fucking water bottle. Now, doesn't that look appealing? Fuck no, it doesn't. So that's rule 2. If you're gonna go full blown, get yourself a mud jug. Definitely. I have another one coming my way. This is the Real Tree Hardwoods, and I have a Confederate Camel coming my way also. Number 3. Crack the can. So, this is LC. It has a fiberboard bottom. So, actually, this one's already cracked. But, what I do is I have a long thumbnail. It's getting longer. I mean, I'm growing out my right hand nails so I can play fingerstyle guitar. And it'll sound a hell of a lot cooler. I use this nail, and if you don't have a nail, you can use like, I mean, you can use like a knife, and you can like glide it along there or cut it or whatever. Or a lot of guys I know with Copenhagen's, they just peel that top part off. They cut it and peel the top off. What I do is I get it like this. I know a lot of guys get it like this and slide it like that. I get it with my thumb so I can get in there better, and I just turn it with my left hand. Or I can even do it with this hand too. You can do it with whichever hand, and then. So that's rule 3. Suggestion 3. Pardon me, bitches. So then once you do that, I always go like this with the new can, and kind of loosen it up a little bit. And then with these fiberboard bottoms, I get my nail under it and push with my fingers. You know, people get it like, I can do it like this, but I like to do it with my thumb. I think it's more stable. So it's gonna look like that. I mean, you don't want that shit. It looks like a fucking mud pile. And so, you know, you see all these guys, how to pack a can, you know, get your finger, make sure it's loose. You know, mine's kind of slacking right now. And you can practice on an empty can or a full can even. And I can practice right here. And so here's what not. I always like to hold it kind of tight. Don't strangle it, because I mean, try this with your hands strangled up, and you can't. You know, you can still do it, but I hold it a little bit tight that way, because if you hold it too loose, you're gonna end up throwing a can and getting shit everywhere. I hold it kind of tight. Put these 2 fingers on the bottom. I know some people do it like that. I like it like this. Or you can do it like this too, on the top. But that's rule number 4. 5. This is kind of a little add-on thing right here. This is what you call your dip. I mean, dip, fucking, I call it chaw monkey sometimes, ape tit, hog nut, hog leg, hogger, 2-finger dinger, 3-finger dinger, a bruiser, warthog, DZ, what else is there? Hammer, sledge, boulder. There's all kinds of shit. You can call it just a dip if you want. You can call it a pinch if you want. You can call it smokeless tobacco if you want. That's 5. 6. Oh, actually, that was supposed to be 6. So we'll go back to 5 here. So when you get your dip, you crack the can, you know, pull the top off, break it up. Throw it in your dip. See there, I didn't pack it good enough. I'm kind of pissed off about that. Actually, this isn't the can I'm dipping out of, so that's why. When you pack it, it should look like that. If you have half the can like I do. I mean, when you first start, you can take a little pinch. Just get yourself used to it, because it is nicotine, folks. It's fucking nicotine. Now, I'm not gonna throw a huge one right now. I have a lot of sores in my mouth, so I can't throw a full can or nothing. Now, don't be this guy. When you're by yourself, you can do this. You can pull your lip out and put it in there and make sure it's all packed nice and tight. But when you're with your friends, don't be the guy who's fucking sitting there and pulling your lip out and packing it in and shit. Throw that shit in there, use your tongue. And practice by yourself. I hate seeing people out here. I mean, just throw that shit in there. Move it around with your tongue. It ain't that bad, folks. Shit, I've been doing it for a while now. So that's that. Seven. Stay cool with it. Don't Ralph. Start small. Start with. Actually, that's 8. If you start to feel buzzed, take it out. Rinse your mouth out. Sit for a little while. Give it some rest. Try it again later. I remember my first dip. I didn't dip again for probably another good 2.5 weeks, and then I tried it again. I mean, your body is not used to that amount of nicotine unless you've been smoking cigarettes or some shit, which I wouldn't recommend in the first place. like I said, your body's not used to that amount of nicotine until you start building up your tolerance for it, in which you can start putting the full half-can hog or the quarter-can cohogs. The big pinch boulders, the bomb down bruisers. Until then, throw yourself a little pinch about that and get used to it, or else you're not going to want to do it again. Don't be the guy to Ralph everywhere, because I will knock you the fuck out. Going back to that, that's like 8 and 9 right there. That's like 7 and 8. I mean, keep doing it. If you're dipping once and then you go back 2 weeks later and do it again, you're gonna buzz again. I mean, it's been the same thing. That nicotine is gonna be out of your body. You have to keep that. You have to keep that amount in you to start building up a tolerance. It's like the same thing as drinking. I mean, first time you drink, you're gonna get fucked up off your ass, and you go back 2 months later and you drink the same amount, you're gonna be fucked up off your ass. You keep doing it, you're gonna start building up a tolerance. You know, it's the same concept, folks. For me, it is, anyways. And I can drink a considerable amount for how small. I'm 5'9", 5'10", 165. I mean, I can drink a lot for being that little. And you stick a bottle of rum in front of me, I'm going pirate shit on that ass. But yeah, keep packing. Get used to it. Keep practicing it. Start trying different. See what you like. It's the same thing as people who smoke cigarettes. I mean, not everyone likes the same cigarette. Guys who smoke Marlboro 100s don't always like Camels. Guys who smoke fucking Newports don't like Marlboros sometimes. If you're not picky, get yourself whatever. But I'm somewhat picky. I did not really enjoy that Grizz right there because I don't like Grizz that much. That's just my taste. I like this a lot. I like Cope Straight a lot. I like Southern Blend a lot. I like Cope Wintergreen a lot. Copenhagen, that is. If it says Cope on the top, I hate that shit. It's too dry for me. Next, this is my longest video yet. And here's number 9. Get used to it. Start building up your tolerance. Like I said, I'm not going to fucking repeat myself. Keep practicing it. Start little. Start getting to bigger pinches where you can throw full horses. Bomb down some bruisers. Throw a hammer. Toss a sledge. Pack a hammer. Throw a dinger. 2-finger dingers. Or 2-finger dinger, 3-finger dinger. Throw whatever you want once you get used to it. I mean, it's all the same. That's pretty much all I have to say, folks. Don't be the guy to Ralph everywhere. Don't be the guy to start bumming pinches and leaving them for 5 minutes. Because people will get pissed, especially if they've been dipping for a while and they don't got money. Like me, if you ask for a pinch, and another thing to that, that's part A. Part B, beggars can't be choosers. If you ask me for a pinch and this is all I have, which in my case I also have, another little rule I could add to that, always keep a spare can in your boot in case something happens to yours. I usually keep a spare can tucked in my boot if I'm not wearing boots right now, or keep a spare can in your backpack if you're at school or something. Keep a spare can in your truck. Make sure it don't get hot, because hot dip sucks. That's it. Well, pack hard, pack often. That's about it. This is a 30-minute video almost. I'm sorry about that. But, you know, just keep packing and see y'all later.